All right, let me tell you this right now. If you are a marathon fan, close your eyes, turn away, okay? Because, yes, we're going to be talking about marathon again. You know what I'm saying? We're beating a dead horse with this one. I don't know what you want me to do because the news keeps coming out on this game. So, yesterday we made a video praising Crimson Desert and talking about how Crimson Desert had pretty much stomped all over marathon and all of the hype they were supposed to have. And I got this comment from Jack of Trades 13 who says, bro, not gonna lie, with how much people are bashing marathon, it's almost like y'all have it on your mind more than actual players. Realistically speaking, an extraction shooter such as marathon isn't going to be for everyone, while simultaneously hits the itch for people who like Tarkov but don't want it to be as stressful as Tarkov. The extraction shooter genre as a whole has a lower fan base than nearly any other, which we see by the player counts. Arc Raiders was an exception, an anomaly, because it did a lot of things extraction shooters haven't tried. I just want people to genuinely give Marathon a try, at least a day or two worth of gameplay to find out if it's for them. 30 minutes to an hour isn't long enough to decide anything, and it's was a lot of people have hour-wise. This isn't to slander, I'm just trying to grasp why all of the hate for a game that's not even a few weeks old yet. He says, good video. I agree with a lot of your points, good sir. And the part where someone gave Crimson Desert a 0 out of 10 for no representation is absolutely horrid. So I appreciate the back and forth. I actually, I don't mind this comment. This is why I like the comment. I appreciate different perspectives, but I gotta disagree with you on a couple of things. First of all, you're right. Extraction shooters do have a small fan base. However, let's not sit here and pretend as though it's not possible for niche gaming genres to explode in popularity. If I'm not mistaken, the Souls franchise and other Souls likes were niche until games like Elden Ring and Sekiro brought it into the national spotlight, and now everybody wants to make a Souls like. So I don't believe that should be an excuse, especially considering that I know you want to say Arc Raiders was an anomaly, but Arc Raiders did bring the extraction shooter into the national spotlight. Okay, now everybody's going to be looking for that itch. See, the problem, and there's an opening. By the way, there is an opening, because the problem with Arc Raiders right now is that they can't get out enough content to sustain their player base. And you're starting to see some of the numbers fall off from people playing Arc Raiders, because, I mean, even now I've heard about the recent update where they're supposed to be adding in one new weapon. Oh, great. One new weapon. And to give, Marathon a little bit of credit, when I played Marathon a little time that I did, Marathon had a bunch of different guns of all type of different varieties, whereas something like Arc Raiders was very limited. And so now there's an opening for an extraction shooter to come in and do what Arc Raiders is doing, but bring more variety, more content, and all of that. I just don't think that Embark was prepared for their game to be successful as it was. And then going back to what you were saying about trying the game for a day or two, nigga, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I strongly disagree with that. The idea that somebody has to play a game for a day or two to decide whether or not it's for them is, first of all, the Marathon's problem is it's hard to even look at. It's hard to look at it. The color scheme, the art style, everything about it is, in my opinion, just disgusting to look at. So to ask people to play that for 2 days is insane. But I mean, listen, I get it that a lot of you want to defend Marathon, but it is what it is. The truth is what it is. And you don't need me to say it, because IGN is telling you. Things are looking lukewarm right now. Marathon has reportedly sold just 1.2 million so far, with Steam making up 70% of the player base. That's not good. So, I mean, listen, you could talk about how we're dunking on the game, we're hating on the game, but obviously the rest of the player base didn't see anything worth playing either, because they didn't buy it. So before we get into this article, man, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, just make sure that you are, because YouTube be tripping. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram @Atreus_, Twitter is GriffGod_. Let's go ahead and get into it. So they say Marathon has been out for a few weeks now, and we've yet to get an official sales figure. So how's it doing? According to one analyst, Marathon hasn't exactly made the splash Sony and Bungie wanted. Okay, Bungie's ultra hardcore extraction shooter was sold around 1.2 million copies so far, according to a report by Alinea Analytics, generating gross revenues of around 55 million across PC via Steam, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series. Okay, now here's the thing: you keep telling me that the extraction shooter is a niche genre. Okay, so if it's a niche genre, then 1.2 million in sales should be satisfactory for Sony, right? And Bungie. Well, evidently not. They expected this to be big. So why is it a disappointment? You can say whatever you want, but then you got to go and talk to Bungie and Sony and say, hey guys, you knew you were making an extraction shooter. Why in the world would you have all of these expectations? There you go. So Bungie's ultra hardcore extraction shooter has sold around 1.2 million copies so far. Oh no, we already read that, I'm sorry. While Marathon is a first party Sony game in the sense that it's developed by the Sony owned Bungie, it feels very much like a Bungie published game. Indeed, Bungie, not Sony, is listed as the publisher not just on Steam, but on the PlayStation Store. Perhaps that's why an estimated 70% of the sales were on PC, with just 19% on PS5 and 11% on Xbox. So only 19% of PlayStation players are actually playing this game. I think it's because PlayStation players are looking at this shit and thinking it looks like a Dookie burger. I'm sorry. Okay, let's keep going. A less than 20% share for PS5 is an interesting data point in the context of Sony's reported decision to pull back from PC for its big single-player exclusives. Sony's multiplayer games will reportedly remain multi-platform, launching day one across PC and consoles. And based on Marathon's performance on Steam, you can see why. The big question here is whether Marathon has not only done the business for Bungie, but for Sony. Bungie is under pressure to deliver for Sony after recent and very public financial failings. In November, Sony said Bungie had failed to meet its sales and user engagement expectations, recording a 31.5 billion yen, approximately $204 million, impairment charge as a result of Destiny 2's underperformance. That was significant enough to drag down profits at Sony's game and network services segment, which includes Sony Interactive Entertainment. I mean, listen, in my personal opinion, PC gamers just need to stop playing Sony shit. Or at least Sony multiplayer shit. If y'all want to take your single player games off the PC, take the multiplayers with you. We don't want it. So like, I don't know what Steam players doing, but I wouldn't engage. In August, Bungie CEO Pete Parsons left the company after 23 years and nearly 10 as a CEO. He was succeeded by Justin Truman, previously Chief Development Officer and fellow Bungie veteran. Parsons oversaw Bungie during many turbulent years, first taking over as CEO in 2016 from Harold Ryan and overseeing its break from, okay, nigga, we don't care about this. Okay, Marathon hasn't exactly made the splash Sony and Bungie wanted, even if the game underneath the surface is a masterwork of design. Reese Elliott, Alinea Analytics head of market analysis, said, "There's a lot to love about Marathon, and the show ain't over yet." Well, you say that. Indeed, Marathon is proving to be sticky. According to Alinea Analytics, it's holding steady with 345,000 daily active users and averaging 380,000 daily active users across the weekend. On Steam, Marathon's average playtime climbed to 27.8 hours, significantly outpacing the console averages of 16.5 and Xbox's 17.3. What does this all tell us? Well, we'll probably have to wait for Sony's next financial result to find out if it's happy with Marathon's commercial performance. As for Bungie itself, it may have made a game too hardcore to enjoy the kind of breakout sales that fellow extraction shooter Arc Raiders enjoyed last year. Marathon is a difficult game. If you die, you lose all your gear, and not just what you looted while out on the battlefield, but what you brought in. And given how given how easy it is to die in Marathon, it can feel like a brutally punishing video game. Are people bouncing off a Marathon because of this? Were some put off by a steep learning curve? I'm confused at what they're talking about, because I'm pretty sure in Arc Raiders, when you die, you lose everything, including the stuff that you brought in. So, like, why was that your reason for why it's such a difficult game? I'm terribly confused by that. Terribly confused. So, I mean, listen, Again, you keep telling me that it's a niche game, but apparently Bungie expected it to appeal to a lot of people. So you tell me, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I think Marathon's days are numbered. I don't know if Bungie's days are numbered. Sony paid a lot of money for Bungie, and I don't know if they'll be willing to close them right off rip, but something else. Bungie need to do something different, because this ain't it. This ain't it. Jesus, Bungie without Halo is just garbage. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. As always, may the grift be with you. I'll talk to y'all later.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you.